Guess what I did today? Yeah, there's hella black stuff in the way of my phone, I know, but whatever. Maybe now that I have a high school computer, I could get CapCut, and maybe less things will be restricted, so that way I can actually edit these. That'd be so cool. Look at this guy. I was so happy to receive him because I graduated 8th grade. Now I just want to go back. If you're wondering how my day went, if you can't already tell, train wreck. Oh, well, one part of it was, but it felt like most of the day, even though it was just like the period switching, and it probably was most of the day because I got lost for 30 freaking minutes. So I get to school, and by the way, I missed the last orientation. There was like 2 orientations during 8th grade, right? But then there was another one. Well, technically there was one when I was at school, and I'll get to that. But like, there was another orientation recently, but my mom got an email for it, and she, for some reason, just like, she didn't know that it was an orientation, and we were camping, so I wouldn't be able to go anyway. And also, it was picture day. Who the fuck has picture day before school starts? Huh? So when I got to school, there was like they were giving a tour, and it was kind of a mini group orientation, and I'm dumb, so I just thought that counted as first period. And so when we went to break, and that was chill, and I just thought it was break, but then my friend was like, oh, I'm gonna go get lunch. What time is it? Like 10 a.m.? They're right, bro. High school has lunch so early. Like, if it was still summer, I'd be having breakfast at this time right now. Why are we eating burritos? Why are we eating Doritos and burritos at 10 in the morning? Hello? So anyway, that happened. And it was pretty chill. I asked my friends if they were a goblin these nuts, of course, and I got it on video. But after that, it was time to switch. I thought we were switching to second period. Here's where it all goes downhill. Okay, so I am in the little area, the quad. I don't know if it's called a quad, but it's like a bench area. And what was going on? Well, I was there because we were lining up to get like free shirts because the freshmen were getting free shirts of our high school. But we didn't have enough time, so my phone, as I just mentioned, there's a fucking BBC on it. That's how many times I dropped it. It grew a BBC. And it's cracked. Not at Fortnite, no. Just cracked. And, bro, this is where I have my schedule. I don't have a paper. I have it on here. So, it's impossible to read. So when I try to look at the schedule to see what class is next, I don't even see what room number it is. By the way, got this at orientation drip. Anyway, so I look to see what room number it is, and I can't see anything. And something's going on up here. I'm a little, I don't know. Something's going on up there. My mom tried to diagnose me with autism the other day once again. Yes, once again, she's tried to imply that I have autism before, but this time she sent me a whole list of like, these are the symptoms of autism. But yeah, I'm not I get overwhelmed when there's like problems. That's just my anxiety, and like I just feel like I'm really stupid sometimes. Like sometimes I'm like, why am I not in the sped class? Like I genuinely sometimes like feel like, I don't know. The point is, everyone was able to find their class perfectly, but I couldn't. So with my zero problem solving skills, I called my mom. I was like, I don't think the room numbers are on this picture that you sent me. It's very blurry, by the way. So like, it's very blurry. It's cracked everywhere. There's black stuff on my phone. I can't see anything. But so I just asked around. I'm like, hey, do you know where this class is? And like, I just read whatever class like I thought I had. And by the way, I still thought I was going to second period. I wasn't. I was supposed to be going. We'll get to that. So I thought I was supposed to be going to second period. So I read the class for second period, and I was just asking people, where is this class? And then one person was like, oh, it's on the schedule. But like, I thought it wasn't because I couldn't see shit. So like, I was just asking around, and then eventually this dude on a golf cart found me. And apparently at my school it's normal to like get rides from staff on the golf carts, and so he found me, and I was like I told him I read the wrong thing. So I read the wrong class, even though I thought I was going to like the period that I wasn't going to. I still read the wrong class, and it still wasn't right. So I read this math teacher, and then he took me over there, and then she's like, I don't have you on my list. So I reread it, and I'm like, oh, it does say the room number. It says 120. Cause like I was over there, and then he was like, are you Mrs. whatever her name was? I honestly don't remember, but I wouldn't dox her with her, like, by telling her name anyway. But like, I was like, yeah, but it also says room 120, and she's like, oh, that's all the way across campus. I felt so bad, because now he has to fucking drive me across the campus. And so we skirt, feeling like DJ Khaled in the fucking golf cart on campus. So we go over there, and I see like one other freshman that's also riding on a golf cart, so that's pretty chill. I didn't feel so alone. But like when we were going there, it was like near like the sports area, and like a bunch of like football boys were coming out, and they started like making whistling noises, and I was like, I was just confused, because like they're either doing that just to be annoying, because like they do that shit sometimes, or B, the fucking guy driving the golf cart. Like, no, there's no other option. So yeah, so I get to room 120, and then I enter, and immediately all the students there look older than me. So I'm like, in my head, I know it's the right class, but I don't know for sure. So I just sit down, and then a minute later she's like, okay, so all of you in here should be juniors and seniors. I'm most definitely not a junior and or a senior. Actually, and or wouldn't really work here, but or a senior. So I'm like, I'm in the wrong class. And y'all saw nothing. I really hope that didn't get caught on camera. So anyway, she helps me, and she's like, oh, you actually have this class. So it was like right where I was initially when I was in the quad area. It was room 90. And because apparently I was actually supposed to be going to first period. So I walk all the way back across, because apparently it's first period, not second period, because first period didn't count as first period. It was orientation. So I go back there, and somehow he's like, oh, we're just wrapping up attendance. It's been 30 minutes. Hello? Sorry, my dad just texted me back. Because, like, I texted him the whole story, so time to see what he says. Sounds like you got a personal tour. The first thing. No, I got personal trauma. I don't need a personal tour. I need therapy now. So anyway, I make it there. And somehow he's like, I'm just wrapping up attendance. But feels like it's been like a million years, so I don't know how that's possible. But I like automatically, the door is like wide open, and I knew, I was so embarrassed because I kept walking past there a bunch when I was trying to find my classroom. I was like, I know that they're looking at me and laughing. Like, I know that the kids in there, oh my god. And like, I knew most of them in there. So I was like, I know that it's been like 5 minutes and they're still, and they're just looking at me laughing because I can't find my class. But it was probably extra hysterical. Well, they wouldn't know that that's my class anyways. But I didn't either, obviously. But when I got there, I'm just laughing, like, I'm playing it cool. And I'm like, because some girls there that I know. I don't really talk to them, but, like, I know them. So I'm, like, just laughing. And they're like, you good, Josie? And, like, I just told them, like, I finally found the class. So, yeah. That definitely wasn't the end of the day, because I still had, like, 2 more classes? Or 3. I still had, like, 3 more classes. I don't know, it's very confusing, because they had us, like, in the 8th grade, pick, like, all the electives that we wanted to do, and they narrowed it down to 2, but for some reason, it only shows, like, 4 classes on my thing. And I don't even have theater in there. And I like, at first I regretted choosing intro to theater and musical theater, because if I got put into intro to theater, I don't really need it because I already have theater experience. So I would, like, want musical theater, but apparently, like, you need intro to theater before you can do musical theater. But I don't even have theater. And, like, for some reason, like, my mom can't find any other schedules except for the one that has just those 4 classes. So I don't know, it's very confusing. But, you know, I like these videos. Comment down below if you want me to do more videos like this, because oh my gosh, this is so therapeutic. Like, like, I'm like 6 months behind in my diary. Don't ask how. I just am. So this is definitely a good way to get it all out. So yeah. But after that, all my classes were pretty chill though. Like, the teachers seemed nice. I didn't get anything too hard. And yeah. So later though, like, after I went to, like, math, like, she put up 6 questions on the board. She's like, let's see where you're at. And I was surprised because, like, I answered all those questions and I'm pretty confident. Like, I always consider myself, like, horrible at math, but I answered all of them. And, like, she was like, raise your hand if you answered them. And I had my hand, like, raised up for all of them. And, yeah. And, like, the ones that, she was like, okay, which question are we, like, not familiar with at all? And then the majority raised their hand for, like, one of them. And I was like, oh, that's good. I already know this one. So I'm good. Well, so I think I'll do good in Algebra A. That's what I'm in. I'm pretty sure that's, like, the least advanced class you could take. But, yeah. And then I went to, the class that I went into with a bunch of juniors and seniors, but this time it was actually my class. So I went in there, and then the teacher was like, oh, you're back. And I was like, yep. And we did a fun game where you, like, write something on a paper, and then you crumble it up. You write a fun fact about yourself, and then we all throw it in the middle of the room, and then we all had to go, like, pick up a random piece of paper and read it, and then guess, like, which one. I never got to read the one I picked up, though, because, like, I didn't realize until later. I was like, oh, so how it works is you read it, and then the person that you turned out to be reading it for, like, then they go. But yeah, someone read mine, my fun fact was that I'm related to the Hanson brothers. I'm like distantly related, like on my dad's side. But yeah, that was my fun fact. But then she just like, it was towards the end to where she was just choosing random people. So yeah, I never got to read the paper. So whoever's paper I had, I'm so sorry. I wasn't really thinking. If I was like thinking in that moment, I would have been like, oh wait, I still have a paper, I need to read it. But yeah, somebody with 4 sisters. Then I had band, and that pretty much wraps up the day. That wraps up the entire day. My hectic first day of high school. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I sure did enjoy sitting down and talking about this big event. So yeah, Pixies, stay fly, you guys are my blood, and never forget to XD. Y'all, peace out.